Jack and Emily had always envisioned a life filled with laughter, the pitter-patter of tiny feet, and the joyful chaos that comes with having children. They met in college, fell deeply in love, and married shortly after graduation. Both were bright-eyed and full of dreams, their hearts set on building a family together. However, life had different plans for them. The first few years of their marriage were blissful. They traveled together, pursued their careers, and enjoyed the companionship of their shared life. They bought a quaint house in a quiet suburb, complete with a spacious backyard that they dreamed would one day be filled with the sounds of children playing. "One day, this will be our children's playground," Jack would often say, his eyes gleaming with hope. Emily would smile and squeeze his hand. "Yes, it will. I can already see them running around, laughing." They started trying for a baby a couple of years into their marriage. Initially, they were hopeful and optimistic, certain that it was just a matter of time before they would be decorating a nursery. They picked out names, discussed parenting philosophies, and even bought a few baby clothes, confident that soon enough they would be used. The first signs of trouble. Months turned into years, and their optimism began to wane. Emily's periods came and went with a painful regularity that became a stark reminder of their unfulfilled dreams. They tried to stay positive, telling themselves that it just wasn't their time yet. But as more time passed, the emptiness grew harder to ignore. "Maybe we should see a doctor," Emily suggested one evening, her voice trembling with uncertainty. Jack nodded, his heart aching at the sight of his wife's sorrow. "Yes, let's do that. We'll find out what's going on and fix it together." They sought help from specialists, endured countless tests and examinations, and underwent numerous treatments. Each visit to the doctor brought a mix of hope and despair. They were poked and prodded, their lives reduced to a series of medical appointments and procedures. After several grueling months, they finally received a diagnosis. Emily had a condition that made it difficult for her to conceive. The news hit them like a ton of bricks, shattering their dreams and leaving them reeling. "I'm so sorry," the doctor said, her eyes filled with compassion. "But there are still options. We can explore fertility treatments or even consider adoption." Jack and Emily left the clinic in a daze. The drive home was silent, both of them lost in their thoughts, trying to process the devastating news. At home, Emily broke down, her sobs echoing through the empty house. Jack held her tightly, his own tears silently falling. "We'll get through this," he whispered, though his own heart felt heavy with doubt. They decided to give fertility treatments a try. It was a difficult and emotionally draining process. Emily underwent hormone injections, faced invasive procedures, and endured the physical and emotional toll of each failed attempt. Jack did his best to support her, but he too was struggling with his own feelings of inadequacy and frustration. "Why is this happening to us?" Emily cried one night, her body racked with sobs. "All I've ever wanted is to be a mother." Jack held her close, his own eyes filled with unshed tears. "I don't know, love. But we'll keep trying. We can't give up." The treatments took a toll on their relationship. The stress and disappointment created a distance between them. They fought more often, their arguments fueled by the frustration and grief they couldn't escape. Yet, amidst the turmoil, their love for each other remained a beacon of hope. After several years of failed treatments, they made the heart-wrenching decision to stop. The emotional and physical toll had become too great, and they needed to find a way to heal and move forward. "We need to focus on us," Jack said softly one evening, taking Emily's hand in his. "We've been through so much. Maybe it's time to consider other options." Emily nodded, her heart heavy but resigned. "Adoption?" Jack smiled, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. "Yes, let's look into it. There are so many children out there who need loving parents. We can still have a family, just not in the way we originally planned." They began the adoption process, filled with renewed hope and determination. The journey was long and complicated, filled with its own set of challenges and heartaches. But through it all, they leaned on each other, their love and commitment stronger than ever. The adoption process was fraught with its own challenges. They attended numerous interviews, completed mountains of paperwork, and underwent home visits and evaluations. Each step brought its own set of anxieties and uncertainties, but Jack and Emily persevered, driven by the hope of finally becoming parents. The waiting was the hardest part. They spent countless nights lying in bed, holding each other, dreaming about the child they would one day welcome into their home. They prepared a nursery, painted it in soft, soothing colors, and filled it with toys and books. The room stood ready, a testament to their unwavering hope and determination. One chilly autumn morning, the call they had been waiting for finally came. A baby boy had been born, and he needed a family. The social worker's voice was filled with warmth and excitement as she shared the news. "Congratulations, Jack and Emily. You have a son. He was born healthy, and his birth mother has chosen you to be his parents." Tears streamed down Emily's face as she clutched the phone, her heart swelling with a mix of joy and disbelief. Jack's arms wrapped around her, his eyes brimming with tears. "Thank you," Emily whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "Thank you so much." The day they met their son was one they would never forget. As they walked into the hospital nursery, their hearts pounded with anticipation. The nurse led them to a small crib where a tiny, swaddled baby lay sleeping peacefully. "Here he is," the nurse said softly, her eyes filled with kindness. "Your son." Emily's hands trembled as she reached out to gently pick him up. The moment she held him in her arms, she felt an overwhelming rush of love and protectiveness. "Hello, little one," she whispered, her voice breaking with emotion. "I'm your mommy." Jack stood beside her, his eyes fixed on their son. "And I'm your daddy," he said, his voice thick with tears. "We've waited so long for you." Bringing their son home was a dream come true. They named him Ethan, a name they had chosen years ago when they first started dreaming about their family. The house that had once felt so empty now overflowed with love and laughter. Ethan's arrival brought healing and joy to Jack and Emily's hearts. The pain of their long journey to parenthood began to fade as they embraced their new roles as parents. Every milestone, every smile, and every giggle was a precious gift, a reminder of the love that had carried them through the darkest times. As the years went by, Jack and Emily often reflected on their journey. They knew that their path to parenthood had been difficult and filled with heartache, but it had also strengthened their bond and deepened their love. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching Ethan play in the yard, Emily turned to Jack, her eyes filled with gratitude. "We went through so much to get here," she said softly. "But I wouldn't change a thing. Every moment of pain, every tear, led us to this beautiful life we have now." Jack nodded, his heart full. "Our journey made us who we are. And it brought us our son. I can't imagine a more perfect ending." Jack and Emily's story is one of resilience, hope, and unwavering love. They faced the trials of infertility and the heartache of unfulfilled dreams, but they never gave up on each other or their desire to build a family. Their journey was long and fraught with challenges, but it ultimately led them to the greatest joy of their lives, their son, Ethan. Through their struggles, they learned that family is not defined by biology but by love and commitment. They discovered the strength within themselves and each other, emerging from their trials with a deeper appreciation for the precious gift of parenthood. Jack and Emily's love story is a testament to the power of hope and perseverance. It reminds us that even in the face of the most daunting obstacles, love can find a way, and dreams can come true in ways we never expected. Their home, once an empty nest, is now filled with the laughter and love of the family they had always dreamed of, proving that sometimes the most beautiful journeys are the ones that take us down unexpected paths.